What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Dr. Dre, man. Apparently, him and his wife of 24 years are separating. And the really crazy part about it is that he has an $800 million fortune, okay? And there was no prenup. Now, they've been married since the 90s. Maybe he didn't feel like he needed one. Because I think hindsight is 2020. But because she's been with him for so long, she may end up getting half of that 800 million. Okay, again, into this article. Dr. Dre's wife is pulling the plug on her marriage to the Beats electronics mogul after 24 years. Nicole Young filed for divorce petition Monday in Los Angeles, citing irreconcilable differences. Our sources confirmed to the Daily News the couple shared two adult children, daughter Truly, 19, and son, I guess it's Truist, I believe that's what I said. I'd be wrong. They tied the knot in May of 1996, around the time Dre departed ways from Death Row. Now I remember that seeing a documentary. He had just gotten with her, like together. That's when he decided to leave that label, you know. In one of their last public appearances together, they held hands as they posed with Truly at Tom Ford's fashion show in Los Angeles last February. Dre's net worth reportedly is $800 million as of last year, according to Forbes, largely due to his wildly popular Beats by Dre. Probably some of the most popular headphones ever. Now, as you can see, there's no prenup, and she hired a very high-powered attorney to see to this separation. So it's a very good chance that Dr. Dre is going to be paying a lot of money in this situation, man. But listen, man, that's the thing about marriages. You know, sometimes you just don't know when it's not going to work. So we can all speculate and talk about why it didn't work. Dr. Dre has been very successful over the years, and she was together with him for a long time. And a lot of times you have women who they're not too old to start over, because what it seems like to me, they may have already been a bit separated, but she wants out as soon as possible. And she hired a high-powered attorney because she's going to go after the money, but she also believes she can move on to somebody else. That's the mindset of a lot of these wives of celebrities, you know. They believe that the grass is going to be greener, not only because of the green money they're going to have, but their options. And it rarely, if ever, works out. A lot of these women that divorce these athletes rarely ever get remarried to the same type of guy they were with before. Now, we don't know exactly what's going on in this particular marriage. I think more is going to come out probably down the road, especially if this gets ugly. And this has the potential to get very ugly. You know, this divorce has the potential to get really bad really quickly. This according to People, because this was by New York Daily News. It says Dr. Dre and his wife, Nicole Young, have split after 24 years of marriage. People confirms Young filed for divorce on Monday, citing irreconcilable differences as the reason for their separation. She is seeking spousal support, of course. Attorney for the pair did not immediately respond for comment. Since he first reported, the couple made the last public appearance together at Tom Ford fashion show in February. They got married in May of '96 and shared two children together. Dre is born Andre Ramel Young. Is also the father of 4 kids. Daughters Tyra, Latanya, as well as Marcel and Curtis from previous relationships. But he lost his son in 2008. The mother too was previously married to NBA player Sadell, I think it's Threat. Dre, 55, and Nicole did not have a prenup, according to TMZ. And of 2019, Forbes estimated the music mogul's net worth is around about $800 million, putting him at number 2 on last year on the year's list of world's wealthiest hip hop artists. In December of that year, Dre topped the earnings of the decade with $950 million, thanks to mostly his Beats electronics empire. Yeah, he's making a lot of money. This is expensive headphones, and I'm pretty sure he's making a lot of money from it. You know, before he wed Young in '96, Dre amassed his fortunes as a founding member. Found fame of the rap group NWA before releasing his solo debut studio album, The Chronic, '92. Okay, he also owned Records, which he co-owned before he found his own label, Aftermath Entertainment, and he signed Eminem and 50 Cent. After they wed in the 2000s, Dre focused on producing for other artists, including Tupac, Snoop Dogg, The Game, Kendrick Lamar. Then in July of 2008, he released his first product under Beats by Dre. And this was bought from Apple. The success of his Beats business garnered interest from Apple, which purchased Dre's brand at $3 billion. Yeah, he's gonna have to break her off. A lot of money, man. This kind of reminds me of the Jeff Bezos divorce, man. Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, right? But then he had to give at least 50% of his earnings to his wife. You know why? Because she was right there with him when he got his start. And divorcing her, he probably could have fought that, but he probably just said, you know what, I'll just go harder and make that money back. And knowing how Amazon continues to grow, I don't think it's going to take him that long. It may sound crazy, but I don't think so. If his wife was smart, if Jeff Bezos' wife was smart, she would have bought interest or had some type of interest stake in Amazon instead of taking a check, because it's fresh money coming in, but she wanted the check. Now, as far as Dr. Dre is concerned, Dr. Dre has had his fair share of situations happen, like with his son years ago. There was allegation made about him from people. So, he's had issues, but Dr. Dre has pretty much kept in and out of the limelight. People want to know when he's going to do that Chronic 2. And he still hasn't gotten a chance to really put out new music in a very long time because he's making a lot of money. See that the fresh money, not only is the money that he's probably he's getting from Eminem and 50 Cent, but also from the Beats headphones. He really does not have to put out music, Maybe his passion isn't in music anymore. His passion is in, his business ventures. Now, the one thing I will say, about a lot of these, celebrity divorces, and I've spoken about this. You have these women, they'll get cut a check, right? They'll get some property, but when the guy is successful, when he's successful and he's succeeding, the women will come back, They will try to come back in his life or whoever's life, and they're going to want more. They're going to feel like they were cheated, They're going to feel like, oh, he's doing better now, so I should be doing better. Like, that stuff happens, But a lot of times, you got women who are used to a certain lifestyle. And what happens is when they divorce, they want that guy to fund their lifestyle. I said this in other videos as well. I said this videos by Kevin Garnett and other people. You have women that are used to a certain lifestyle. And when they divorce, they want that lifestyle to continue. And if they go broke, they're going to come right back to you. It reminds you also of Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan was married to a woman. They had 2 daughters together. They divorced. He pays her, I think he paid her with like a 11 million, 12 million. I'm not serious, but he paid her a lot of money. And I believe he also paid child support. Well, because Michael Strahan has become successful financially outside of football, his ex is coming back around talking about wanting more money, talking about how he owes for this and that. This is a woman who got cut a check, a huge check, and probably did nothing but spend it up, and wants to go back to the well and get more money when she didn't manage her own money. Okay, because he's doing well financially, he's in a better place emotionally. She don't like that because she's never been able to move on. Never been able to move on. No, so it's almost like these guys, once they divorce these women, it's not the end, it's only the beginning. Look at Jay Cutler. Look at Jay Cutler's situation, with his wife. They publicly ended the marriage, you would think on a good note, okay? But what ended up happening is that they ended up publicly squabbling over money. It mostly was her. It wasn't really him. He was, you would think they were in on a good note, but they actually weren't, because in her mind, she felt like she was entitled to more than what he was willing to give. And she don't seem to care how that makes her look, as long as she's able to get what she wants. So I think that's the only thing that truly matters to her in that regard. But with Dr. Dre, he's a very smart businessman. And unfortunately, a lot of these guys be married to these women for a long time. And what ends up happening is that when the relationship is over, okay? Not relationship over, but once they've been together for a long time, that woman doesn't want to be there anymore. She wants out. She want to try her luck on the market. She wants to be with somebody else. Now, privately, they may have already, separated. But publicly, they want to make it official, probably due more to her wanting to be able to go and be single and do what she wants to do. Women never leave a situation unless they already have somebody, that they can go to. And they may think that situation is going to be a better situation, but then for the most part, it never is a better situation, because they still, at the end of the day, they end up going back to their ex for money, for comfort. That's why they can never truly move on, because the kids are older. Her dating life may be a little bit different, but still, she's not going to get with anybody on his level. I think this might be the last time we really hear of her publicly with this divorce. You never really heard of her when they were together, but people knew they were married. But maybe she'll get money and go away and everything will be good. But time will tell. Time will definitely tell.